Alright, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. Alright? Shalom to the elect that's able to receive this truth. Because it's coming down to the wire. The Lord is on his way back. And the elect is going to receive it and push this truth the right way. Okay. The scriptures speak of how in the end, when these things come to pass, you're gonna know that the Lord have truly sent that man. All right, but this lesson is going to be basically a reply to the elder apostles Tahar's lesson. It's called "There is a New Law." This is a new law concerning the Passover. He was going into how you have the guys of ISUPK. Guess they invited G-Men, all right, a known scoffer, to the Passover. And I want to get into this lesson going into Exodus, the 12th chapter. Quick lesson, and something that came to me as I was listening to the elder apostle Tahar. All right, so this is Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. All right, and we know the Passover, all right, which some might call it Easter. But in the scriptures, when you go into that word Easter, it just means Passover. And when people celebrate Easter is always in the springtime. All right. Going to show you that the first month of the year, or the actual new year, comes in the springtime. All right, around March, April. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make you count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish. A male of the first year, ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Okay, and when you get into the understanding of this lamb represents Yahweh Shai. All right, the scriptures speak about how in the book of I want to say Deuteronomy 18, this shall come out of the midst of your brethren. Let me just grab it. Deuteronomy 18:15. The Lord thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken. Okay. Let's get another one. Genesis 49. And 10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, meaning the rulership. The rod, all right, or the rod, staff, branch, offshoot, club, scepter, tribe. All right, so the chopped tribe would be Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and to him shall the gathering of the people be. All right, so that lamb from amongst, let me just go back to Exodus 12 now. All right, it says, ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. All right, we know Israel's the sheep. All right, so the lamb, in which Yahweh Shai represents ultimately, that lamb without blemish, came out of the tribe of Judah, man. And he was without blemish. All right, real quick, this is John 1:29. All right, it says, the next day John saith, Yahweh Shai coming unto him and saith, Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. Okay. And when you go into Hebrews, what's that? Hebrews 7:26. It says, for such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens. Okay. So Yahushua, when he walked on the earth, he was without sin. He was without blemish. Okay. And it says, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. All right. And again, this physically happened, but also, just want to give understanding on the spiritual aspect of it. All right. It says, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts and of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh. All right. And when that blood is on your doorpost, on your house, all right, that death spirit that came across Egypt would overpass you. Just like today, when you go into Ezekiel 9:4, it speaks about how come not near any one of those that have the mark, all right, that have the spirit of Yahushua upon them, man. That Yahushua chose, aka the elect, from the that the Lord really gave to Yahushua from the foundation of the earth, the Lord Yahweh. All right. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Okay. It says, eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with fire, but roast with fire his head and his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. Now, when Apostle Tahar read that really stuck out to me, because it's like, if we're supposed to eat in haste, this is why you're supposed to have unleavened bread, because everything was supposed to be in haste. The Lord wanted us to get the hell out of there. Why would the Most High put it into effect to where we would have to make sure we roast the lamb and stuff like that? Because when you roast lamb in general, it takes a long time to cook. All right, but the Lord wanted to make sure we cooked it through. And now when I read that, I'm like, wow, this proves that Esau could not have been at the Passover. Obviously, because only Israel, was in the land of Egypt at the time. Only Israel were the ones that the Lord gave the commandments to. But also you could look at it because the Lord wanted us to eat the meat fully well done, well cooked. Whereas Esau, Edom, when you go into Genesis 25 and 19, let me see, no, Genesis 25 and 29, this is, in Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore it was his name called Edom. All right, so there's no way that Esau, Edom, was there at the Passover. Because Esau, we understand that he likes his meat rare. All right, medium, medium well or rare. Whereas the Lord told us to cook our meat well done, man. That's really, when you look into it in the spirit, that's really a Jake thing, man. Now certain Jakes eat their meat medium rare because, well, they've been in slavery for a while. But ultimately most Jakes, all right, hate their meat. I know that for a fact. Most Jake like their meat well done. And another spiritual aspect I got out of it, just meditating upon this lesson, is like I said before, if we had to eat everything in haste, why would the Lord make us take time and cook the lamb straight through, make sure the lamb was cooked straight through? All right, and I thought about it. That's because that lamb that will have to be set on fire, symbolizes what? Yahweh baptism, man. Because the lamb is Yahweh, and Yahweh is that ultimately would be that ultimate sacrifice for us. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Let me read it again. It says, eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire. Nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. All right. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. The point I was making, Salakia, is that's also the spiritual significance too of why you got to make sure that lamb is cooked through. All right, because Yahweh caught, he had to be that spiritual sacrifice to take away the sins. And when we did sacrifices, we through the whatever, the pigeon or the turtle dove, or what I'm saying, that lawful meat on the altar, burned it with fire, and then the Lord will ultimately had forgiven us, man. But Yahweh is it. Actually, when you go into Hebrews, I want to say Hebrews 10. Let me see. I start at the top. For the law, having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offer year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect. All right, because as I said, when you go into the Old Testament, all right, we would do daily sacrifices and certain sacrifices as far as concerning Israel's sins, so the Lord could forgive us. All right. But the Lord had it to where that was done away with, so Yahweh Shai can be that ultimate sacrifice. For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers, once purged, should have no more conscience of sins. So, let me read that one more time. For then would they have not ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers, once purged, should have had no more conscience of sins. But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year. So it's basically null and void, because Israel's running into the ground. We go into Isaiah the 1st chapter, the Lord speaks about how he's pissed off at Israel, But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me. And burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast had no pleasure. All right. So going to prove that, again, that lamb was actually represented the body, all right, which is Yahweh Shai. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me to do thy will, O power. Above, when he said, sacrifice and offerings and burnt offerings and offerings for sin thou wouldest not, neither had his pleasures therein, which are offered by the law. Then said he, lo, I come to do the will of God. He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second, by the which will we are sanctified or cleansed through the offering of the body of Yahweh Shai once for all. And every priest standeth daily ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices which can never take away sins. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand of God. Okay? So Yahweh Shah is that lamb, man. And it's important that we know that, man. You know, we give it to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, not Jesus Christ, not Jehovah, but Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because he's the only one that's gonna get us out of the situation, man. You know, and it's serious, man. Yahweh, he's very meticulous about the way he does things, man. You know, and again, like I said, just to raise that question to you, Akim, man. If the Lord wanted us to do everything in haste, why would he make us, you know, specifically push us to you know, take time to make sure that the lamb is roasted and cooked through, man. You can't boil it, all right, or nothing like that. You got to make sure that lamb was cooked through, all right. And again, also proving too that Esau wasn't at the Passover, all right, because we understand how he likes his meat, man, and he's very impatient. You know, hey, man. So with that, Lord willing, you know, y'all can edify. The point was made, Lord willing. Shalom to the elect.